This is Angeles City, or the City of Angels. Thanks to its perfect location, being the central logistics hub for the Philippines and other metropolises in Asia, Angeles City was chosen as the location for the biggest US overseas airbase during World War II. Now the city is a destination for investment and tourism. However, whether it is the past or the present, Angeles City has always been a home to fallen angels. The walking street of Angeles City has never lacked liveliness and colour. Once the sun goes down, bars and nightclubs light up the street with their flashy neon signs. Women in shape-accentuating dresses are welcoming all the tourists. Several men holding trays of Viagra are hawking their wares at the entrance.
And this is what? This is Viagra? This is...
Yeah, this is same. That is same effect. This one is like a sex-enhancing drug.
Sex enhancing. This for man or for woman?
Woman. I mean, man.
And this is for man as well. Viagra. So how much you sell?
This one is said as $1,000.
Bars and nightclubs are an inheritance from the Americans. Not far from here is Clark Air Base, the largest US airbase in the Asia-Pacific region. It was built to counterbalance the power and prevent the expansion of the Japanese Empire from the beginning of World War II and through the Cold War. Many American troops have been stationed here on a rotating basis. That's when the nightclubs with the young ladies emerged, to entertain these men who've been sent to the other side of the world, far from their homes and families. Many of them had relationships and even kids, but only a few took them back to their hometowns. Some refused to accept them. Some don't even know that their short-lived intimacies led to new lives. Those who were left behind are called Amerasian, a term combining the words American and Asian.
Actually, we do not have exact number, but there's a lot of them because of the existence of the former Clark Air Force Base. We do not have an accurate figure, but there's a lot of them.
The anti-American movement and the politics in the Philippines led to all the army bases being evicted 27 years ago. But the nightclubs and the women remain. The airbase was turned into an international airport. A special economic zone has been created. Angeles City has now been invaded again, not by American troops, but by men from Europe, Australia, Japan, and South Korea. Though it is not officially stated, many men have come here for the transactional companionship. What these men leave behind is no different from the American troops. Another generation of fatherless biracial children. Pale skin, similar to that of Westerners, blonde hair and blue eyes. The baby lies comfortably in its mother's arms.
His father is what nationality? Australian. But you don't know his name?
No.
How did you meet him?
I worked at a bar before, and I met him like 6 times. I can't remember clearly.
How old is he approximately?
I think he's 50 now.
He's 50 now.
Pinky decided to quit school to work in a bar so that she could make a living for her family. Their home was wrecked by Typhoon Haiyan 6 years ago. Her life in the bar might have continued if she had not become pregnant by an Australian customer of hers. He refused to acknowledge the fact that he had fathered the baby. Today, she has come to ask for the city's help in looking for her child's father. The officer has only the name and nationality of the man and uses those to search for him on social media. It is estimated that there are over 100,000 fatherless or Amerasian kids in Angeles City. Many of them struggle through lives in slums. Many find their mother's occupation distasteful. 34-year-old Darren has been working in bars since she was 20. She has served countless customers of various nationalities. Still, she can clearly remember one of them, the Australian guy who fathered her child.
I was just met on the bar only, an accident.
So he was your customer?
Yeah.
Is that regular customer?
No, we're just like it's the first time and stay him 1 week. And after that, I don't know, I'm pregnant of him. But when I was pregnant of him 4 months, we meet again because he back in Angeles. And then just the last, we meet him father. Since I deliver of him, gone, nothing communication.
He was her only frequent customer before her pregnancy. She told him about the baby, but he refused to acknowledge it and disappeared. The child is now 6 years old and clearly has certain Caucasian traits. Darren's little house is in a slum area. Next to the rented house is an empty space with a pile of red bricks and debris. An old pan is set on a stove, roughly built out of bricks and sticks found nearby. Darren is cooking food to sell today, instead of working at the bar. She wants to quit working there because she doesn't want her son to get an inferiority complex.
Yeah, one day I want, but just now I'm just still towards to saving money of him. And then one day maybe I stop just to look after of him, because I don't want also when he grew up and he looked me, my mom is work at the bar.
Poverty pervades Angeles City, despite its dazzling name. A house with a tin roof and rudimentary walls, surrounded by piles of rubbish and debris, is a familiar sight here, along with hundreds of thousands of fatherless children. For the kids, one way out of these conditions would be to find their fathers. But that is no easy task. Many times, neither the mother nor the child even know the real name of the father. The city is well aware of the situation and is trying to help them search for their father, despite the scarcity of information.
We help them. If they know the relation, the father, if they have records about the father. So we usually try to contact and search in the internet about this so that we can help in any way, assistance from the father, informing them that he born out his son here, child here in the Philippines, and we open communications between the father and the mother.
In Darren's case, the city managed to find the father on Facebook. But after he decided to cut all communication, she gave up trying and decided to raise the child on her own.
They have so many kids and have already wife. Even when we don't have a relationship of him, it's just like only accident. And then that's why I'm not contact him and find him, because I don't want my son out of me.
Pinky also found the father of her child. But just like many other guys, he refused to acknowledge the child and ceased all communication with her. This small rented house is home to 13. Pinky is the one taking care of this whole family. And that is the reason why she still has not given up trying to contact the father. Because it's the only way to give her child a better life.
I just messaged him on Facebook and telling him he's the father of my son. And then he would just ignore it. And most likely he would just block me on Facebook or Messenger. So I would make another account and then just the same, he would also block me. But I sent him some pictures of my son. He just ignored it.
So he said nothing when he saw the picture of the boy?
Yeah, he's saying nothing.
The number of fatherless children in Angeles City has risen along with the urban development and the number of tourists flooding in. New nightclubs and bars are opening every day. Since the American troops left, Angeles City has never lost its vibrancy. The new international airport, the special economic zone, and the renowned nightlife have contributed to the popularity of Angeles City among tourists. Along the walking street, job advertisements can be seen in many bars, meaning many girls are still needed. A part of the jobs advertised, though it's not clearly stated, is known to be prostitution. Prostitution is actually illegal and against the customs of the Philippines, but it evidently exists here. Bars hire girls to sing, dance, and keep clients company while drinking. Sexual relationships for payment are prohibited since they are illegal. But once they leave the bar, clients and the girls can pursue their own journey as they please. Here, this is not deemed to be prostitution. Judith also works in a bar in Angeles City. She said her job did not end with drinking in the bar. Having sex with clients afterwards is commonly understood to be part of the job as well.
And who is your customer and who is the good customer?
Korean.
Why?
Mas malakas kasi ako sa Korean kaysa sa foreigner. Kaya minsan sa Korean ako nalalabas. Doon din ako nakakakuha ng pera. Sa foreigner kasi bihira eh. Kasi natatakot ako kasi.
Going out with clients can be seen as quite risky. You're lucky if the client treats you well. But many times she has had to deal with bad clients who sometimes abuse her. However, as long as she doesn't get pregnant, she will continue doing the job.
Di kasi ako nagpapagalaw pag walang condom. Kasi bawal yun sa trabaho namin. Pag walang condom, walang no sex.
Bars are open 24 hours. Workers are coming and going non-stop. Apart from the neon lights and nightclubs, there are other reminders of the former American guests. A New England-style house in the airbase, with a lawn and a street in the front, is an exact replica of the US East Coast community. Some buildings were altered for other uses, some were left abandoned. This deserted facility was once a military hospital which had treated wounded soldiers from the various battlefronts in the Asia-Pacific region, including the Vietnam War. Military jeeps that were once used during wartime are now transformed and circling the city as jeepney, the Philippines' famous public transport. Yet another living heritage are the biracial kids. The half-American generation have all grown up. They're being replaced by a new generation of various ethnicities as a result of urban development and the flood of tourists.
Can you imagine 1.5 million tourists? If every year coming here in our place, playing golf, going to casino, meeting some beautiful women here. So we're expecting an increase of, again, the fatherless children.
In the city's nursery, the kids are paying attention to what the teacher is saying. Almost all of them at this nursery are biracial. Facial features, hair colour and skin tones are varied, a mix between both Western and Eastern ethnicities. Tiny voices are shouting responses to the teacher's questions. They innocently dance whenever music is played. The nursery is operated by the city, so working mothers can leave their kids here while at work. All the children seem lively and healthy, as indeed they are, though sometimes they have a hard time answering questions about their father and his whereabouts.
So if I talk to them, especially if our lesson is about family, some of the children tell me that, I have no father, teacher. So I just tell them that, no, you have a father. Maybe he just got away, and then maybe someday he will come back.
Since now nobody to bully him, like, you have foreigner, like that, no. I don't heard that some other kids to playing with him.
Has he ever asked about his father?
Just now, no. Yeah, but sometimes they ask me, and then I said, your father just like work in the out country like that.
Who is the father? Where is the father? Those are probably the hardest questions for these women.
I don't know. I haven't think about that yet. Oh, maybe I will just tell him that his father's already dead. I don't know.
Nightclubs and bars of all sizes in Angeles City are open day and night for tourists as always. Countless job advertisements for different positions in bars are seen everywhere. All these girls know what they're actually signing up for. All positions are described in well-crafted words, in tune with how they're expected to appear. Waiting for tourists to come here for a sexual experience are these angels, waiting to fall.